Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at Kindred Vikings Varsity Field with a Legion A matchup between the Kindred Post 117 Vikings and the Casselton Post 15 Haymakers here at the Essentia Health Legion Baseball Tournament. The championship about to be played between Casselton and Kindred. Tell you a little bit of how they got here. Casselton at 9:30 a.m. Friday morning, they beat the Moorhead Golds 7-4. Then right after, they beat the Mandan A's 5-0. Starting Saturday at 2:30, they beat the Watertown Arrows 5-4 in extra innings, a close game there. Then they finished their night off yesterday at 7:30, beating Fargo Post 400 8-3. So they went 4-0 in their bracket. That's why they did not play this morning. They had a first-round bye in the semifinals to get straight to the championship. Kindred's route here, they started off Friday evening at 5, beating Thief River Falls 12-3. Then they followed that up with a 4-3 win over the Post 2 Jets. Then Saturday afternoon at 2:30, they lost to DGF 7-6 in a very good game. That was a good game. DGF had a late comeback after Kindred completed a late comeback. So DGF got the win 7-6 Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, Kindred beat Hillsborough Central Valley 11-2. They needed to hold them to 3 or less, and they ended up doing that to get to the semifinals. This morning, right before this, Kindred just played Wapaton in a thriller. That went into 8 innings. Vikings ended up pulling through and getting the win 5-4 in walk-off fashion thanks to Gabe Iverson. So already a fun morning of baseball, looking for a good, fun championship game between two rivals. Kindred played Wapaton. They've got a good little rivalry. Now they're playing Casselton in the championship. And for those of you that are watching, you all should know this is another big rivalry. Been going back for some time. Good friendly rivalry, though. So a good, fun game about to be played here. Take you through the lineups here. I'm Mason Almaris. I'm alongside Mike Bernier. For Casselton, it'll be leadoff batter, number 9, third baseman Carver Kozowski, followed by number 2 pitcher Brody Kegley. He'll be followed by left fielder number 25 Ryan Osmondstad. Then the cleanup batter will be right fielder number 5 Grayson Lewis, followed by shortstop number 3 Jack Everson. Then first baseman number 20 Bryce Mueller. Then his brother Grady Mueller, he wears number 8. He'll be doing the catching after him. Then it'll be second baseman number 6 Keegan Peterson. And to line things up, it'll be number 1 Lucas Christensen. He'll be in center field today. They are coached by head coach Mitch Shear. Then assistant coaches Nick Holm and Max Coppervig. For the Vikings, it'll start with Brady Baumgarten. He wears number 1, plays in center field. Then it'll be the pitcher number 2 Jackson Schliemann, followed by right fielder number 17 Jeremy Knight. Cleanup batters, second baseman number 31 Carter Gronwald. First baseman Max Bernier wears number 7. He'll be batting after Carter. Then it'll be the left fielder number 11 Jack Savageau, followed by number 23 designated hitter Fisher Johnson. Then the shortstop number 8 Gabe Iverson. And third baseman number 5 Tyler Grunwald. And finally, the catcher, he's being DH'd for by Fisher. He is number 0 Sam Bernier. Their Vikings are head coached by Josh Almaris, assisted by Nick Eggman and Dean Wixo. Umpires today behind the plate will be Quinn Irie, and in the base pass is Bryce Whipple. Like I said, I'm Mason Almaris alongside Mike Bernier. Looking forward to a fun championship game here between Kindred and Casselton. Casselton comes into this game 12-3. Like I said, they were 4-0 in this tournament, so they're off to a good start, looking to complete an undefeated record, go 5-0, win a championship. Vikings are 4-1, looking to get their second championship in 3 years in this tournament.
Mason, we talked about it after game 1. How about the performance by Tyler Grunwald? We needed innings out of a pitcher because we're down a few pitchers. Some pitchers aren't eligible because of pitch counts and things like that. Tyler Grunwald, 7 2/3 innings pitched before he's pulled after throwing his maximum amount of pitches.
Yeah, he had a great day. Good start to the day, especially if you want to go deep into this game. So Schliemann closed that one, so he will not have 105 pitches. He throws ball 1 high. to the batter, Carver Kozowski. Next pitch in there for ball 2. So like I said, Schliemann threw earlier today. He throws in strike 1.
Gets one out, picks up a win.
Yeah, he did pick up the win there. Got 1 out, enough to get the win. He threw 3 pitches, so he will have 102 pitches here instead of 105. 102 pitches will be the limit for Schliemann today in this game. The 3-1 to Kozowski. In there for strike 2, just clips the corner.
And these 2 baseball players, the battery, Jackson Schliemann and Sam Bernier, have been playing baseball together there for a long time.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to that.
Sam has caught Jackson before.
Even if Alex.
They work well together.
Yeah, these 2 in the same grade, been playing for a long time. Jackson Schliemann picks up his first strikeout of the game. First batter, Carver Kozowski, strikes out looking. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 2, Brody Kegley. So both pitchers here usually playing second base, but I'm sure with Kindred playing their 6th game this tournament and Casselton playing their 5th, both are running a little bit low on pitching, needing someone to step up. So they're going to the second baseman. Schliemann starts this one with strike 1. Windy day here in Kindred. First pitch was at about 217. That's outside for a ball. First pitch here about 217, like I said. Temperature here is 93 degrees and humid. Feels like 104.
Wow.
Thankfully, we've got a couple fans up here in the press box. Wind is blowing into the press box, so we get a little bit of a breeze outside of the sun, too. That's a hard ground ball hit to shortstop Gabe Iverson. He throws it over to Max Bernier to record the out. So Iverson with a good play to get the 6-3 put out on Kegley. Brings up left fielder number 25, Ryan Osmedstad. First pitch to Osmedstad in there for a strike. Good start by Schliemann. Schliemann started throwing a little wild. Been dialing it in since. He hits the ground ball over to third base coach. Looks like Mitch Shear over there at third base. So the 0-2 count to Osmedstad. Schliemann comes set, kicks, throws. Off speed down for a ball. Osmedstad does have a little bit of pop. Down 1-2 in the count. He hits a weak ground ball over to second baseman Carter Groundwald. He eats it up, throws it over to first, and gets the out. Close play, good hustle by Ryan Osmedstad, but throw beats him there nonetheless. So 1-2-3 inning there for Jackson Schliemann to start off the first inning here. Casselton gets 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 Kindred errors, and they leave no one on base. Casselton scores 0 in the top of the first. We'll be back here in about a minute with Kindred Vikings coming up to bat on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. your information stations. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
2026 Essentia Health American Legion Baseball Tournament here in Kindred, Casselton. Score 0 runs in the top of the first inning. Kindred Vikings coming to bat.
Yeah, it's been a fun tournament here. Good year out here. 2026 Essentia Health Tournament. It's been a lot of fun. Due up here for the Vikings will be center fielder number 1, Brady Baumgarten. Baumgarten really taking a stride here at the end of the year. Bat's getting hot at the right time. He watches ball 1 in the dirt that gets past the catcher. Grady Mueller. One look around the diamond here for Casselton. Pitching is Brody Kegley to his battery mate, Grady Mueller. Brody Mueller is at first base. Second base is Keegan Peterson. Third base is Carver Kozowski. Shortstop Jack Everson. That pitches in for a ball. Left to right in the outfield. Starting in left field, Ryan Osmondstad, then Lucas Christensen in center, and Grayson Lewis in right. 2-0 pitch. In there for strike 1.
Brady Baumgarten leads the team with 26 runs scored.
Yeah, Brady Baumgarten, a trouble on the base pass when he gets on as he watches strike 2. The 2-2 pitch from Kegley. High for ball 3. Full count here to Brady Baumgarten to start this bottom of the first. So both leadoff batters start with the full count. Schliemann able to get this strikeout. Kegley ends up walking Baumgarten on 6 pitches. That'll bring up pitcher number 2, Jackson Schliemann. So these two very similar between Kegley and Schliemann. Both are usually second basemen, both bat 2 in the lineup, both wear number 2, and both pitching today. That's ball 1.
We kind of forgot to give Jackson Schliemann a shout out. He came up with a down by a run with the bases loaded, drew a walk, and tied up that ball game against Wahpeton.
Yeah, Schliemann he's been hot all tournament. He hits a hard line drive into right field. That'll move Brady Baumgarten to second. Schliemann's in there with a single. That'll bring up right fielder number 17, Jeremy Knight. Jeremy Knight, the stats don't say a whole lot about what he's done this year. He hits the ball really hard a lot of the times. Stats aren't showing it, but Jeremy Knight looking for one of these to start, or a lot of these to start dropping more often.
Tell you what, that wind is coming in from center field now, and it's just kind of howling out there. So they said wind gusts up to 24 miles an hour today.
Knight chases after that one to get strike 1. 1-1 count here tonight. Baumgarten at second, Schliemann at first. Both have good speed. The 1-1, little flare to the third baseman, Carver Kozowski. He reels it in, gets the first out. So that out will bring up second baseman number 31, Carter Grunwald. Carter Grunwald also been hitting the ball really hard this tournament. Hasn't had a lot drop. Yesterday he had a lot of line drives, just hit right at the center fielder and right fielder. Another line drive down foul territory, down the first base line. Stays within the fence.
Carter had a big bunt single in that game against Wahpeton.
That bunt single broke up the no-hitter and really got the momentum to switch. That's when Kindred started getting more pressure on, got a couple runs in, and ended up tying the game in the 7th and winning it in the 8th. So Carter Grunwald faces an 0-2 count. He watches ball 1 way up. Carter Grunwald sees a 1-2 count. Baumgarten at second, Schliemann at first. The pitch way up again, same spot for ball 2. Catcher Grady Mueller has to stand up to get those 2. So maybe here Kegley working to snap something dangerous off of that. Carter Grunwald hits a hard line drive down right field. That's fair. Baumgarten's going to score. Schliemann's getting to third. He's getting waved home. Carter Grunwald rounding second. He's going to stay there with a stand-up 2 RBI double. A big hit there by Carter Grunwald. 2 RBI double for Carter Grunwald in the first inning here. Big spot for him. 2-2 count. Got down 0-2. Worked 2 balls. Watch the first 2. Watch those 2 balls, and he ropes one down the right field line for a fair ball. Brings in 2 runs. Brings up first baseman number 7, Max Bernier.
Big hit by Carter Grunwald.
Max Bernier watches ball 1.
I believe that's RBIs number 11 and 12 on the season for Carter.
So 1-1 count here. Carter Grunwald's got some good speed. Might try something on the bases. Dancing a little bit at second. Max Bernier watches strike 2. Just clips the top part of the zone. The 1-2 fouled off awkwardly down the first baseline. Good fight though. Max Bernier stays alive. Carter Grunwald really looking to get in Kegley's head a little bit at second. Max Bernier swings through strike 3. So Kegley gets his first strikeout of the game. On a swinging strike 3 by Max Bernier. Brings up number 11, left fielder Jack Savageau. He hits a hard line drive down to right field line, and that'll be fair. Carter Grunwald rounding third hard. He's getting sent home, and he's going to be in there safely. Jack Savageau, good base running. He gets to second base, and he has an RBI single, reaches the second on the throw. Great piece of hitting by Jack Savageau. Good base running gets him to second base as well. So some great hitting here by the Vikings offense to start this game off, and they're coming out hot.
That's 3 hits on the day for Jack Savageau, picking up a couple of starts as Carson Getty is attending his sister's wedding. And so Jack Savageau getting the start, coming up from Junior Legion and wrapping 3 hits today in all line drives.
Yeah, he's been one of those floaters all year. Been playing a lot on B, coming up on A, getting some running opportunities. But started last game, started today. This game as well as, Carson Getty at his sister's wedding. Big day for them. So the young guys are really stepping up here. The seniors stepped up big time last game to end it, get the win. But now this game, Jack Savageau, Carter Grunwald, both with 2 big swings, getting 3 runs in. Brady obviously started with a walk, and Schliemann with a single. So 3 guys in the young grade here with the 3 hits. Fisher Johnson now up to bat. He watches ball 1 outside. Jack Savageau got some decent speed over there. He's not slow. Probably won't steal third though. That's ball 2. Almost hit his foot. Fisher Johnson steps out of the way. Savageau leads off a second. Kegley comes set. Fisher Johnson, it's a high pop fly into shallow right field. Right fielder Grayson Lewis there comes in and makes the catch. Gets the 3rd out of the inning. So an F9 to end the inning. Vikings, though, pick up 3 runs off of 3 hits. 0 Casselton errors, and they leave 1 runner on base. Big inning here for Kindred. They take a 3-0 lead to start the first inning, and we'll be back here in a minute in the second inning on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Couple of juniors to be. They were sophomores, going to be juniors. Carter Grunwald rips a big two-run double. And how about Jack Savageau rips a base hit to right field, scoring the third run. Kindred Vikings lead this one by a score of 3-0.
Yeah, great start here by Kindred. Get a 3-0 lead early. Jackson Schliemann back on the mound. That's a hard hit fly ball into right field. Jeremy Knight will camp under it and retire the batter, Grayson Lewis.
You got to like that. The Kindred Vikings drop 3 runs in the bottom of the third inning. Your pitcher comes out, throws one pitch, gets one out.
Yeah, that's huge. Especially Casselton's pitcher, Brody Kegley, is probably tired up there. He just threw 25 pitches in the first inning. He also had his at-bat in the first inning. That's a thumber. Little floater into right field. So Jack Everson gets a little bloop single. Bloop single into right field. That brings up the batter, first baseman, number 20, Bryce Mueller. He swings at the first pitch for a strike. So Schliemann doing a good job of just pumping strikes here. Struggled to that first batter, Carver Kozowski, got to a full count, ended up winning it. Been very dominant since. He just misses with that off speed in. Schliemann hasn't pitched much this year, so he's looking to make a good impression.
This is appearance number 6 for him, his third start. And remember, he already picked up a win today, pitched a third of an inning, picked up a victory.
Yep, Tyler Gronwald had a great game. Didn't end up getting credit for the win. Jackson Schliemann got credit for it, but good game by both of them. Runner takes off. Sam Bernier throws it down. Throw gets there in time, but the tag does not get there in time. So stolen base by Jack Everson.
The throw was up the first base side a tad, but it looks like he kind of slid around the tag.
Yep, he had the arm strength to get him, but the accuracy was just a tiny bit off. Carter did a good job there at second base. Carter Gronwald stopping it, trying to put the tag on, but Everson slides around it. And now Schliemann gets his second strikeout of the game, swinging on Bryce Mueller. So Schliemann gets his second strikeout of the game, brings up number 8, catcher, Grady Mueller. Schliemann trying to work out of this tiny little jam. He throws ball one in the dirt. Good block there by Bernier, holding Everson at second.
With that win, Jackson now has 2 wins on the season, 2 wins and 1 loss in his appearances.
Another good block, fastball down in the dirt, and Sam Bernier able to keep that in front. You know, they say with 2 outs, you should be scoring every time at second, but it would be a lot easier if he was at third to score. And Sam's doing a great job back there keeping him off of third. The 2-0 just misses for ball 3. Looked like that maybe was a little up or in or both. Schliemann comes set, kick, fire. Ball 4 in the dirt. So Schliemann walks his first guy of the game. Grady Mueller stands at first base. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner. So Grady Mueller is going to come out. Looks like courtesy runner will be number 4, Aiden Thummel. Aiden Thummel, courtesy running for the catcher, Grady Mueller. He's at first base. Jack Everson at second. Batter is second baseman, number 6, Keegan Peterson.
Kind of happy to see Aiden Thummel courtesy running rather than being at the plate, because he put a hurting on the fence out in left field at this stadium when he played here before.
Yep, Vikings and Haymakers faced off earlier this year. They split in that doubleheader. But yeah, Aiden Thummel, he does have some pop. He put one right off, I think it hit in between the blue and the yellow on that fence. So it was about a foot away from leaving. That's ball 2. That gets to the backstop. So that'll be a wild pitch for Schliemann. Runners move up here to second and third. Everson stands on third. Thummel stands on second. Ground ball hit to Tyler Grunwald. He throws it over to Max Bernier and gets a third out of the inning, and the Vikings come through without giving up any runs here. So in the second inning, the Haymakers get 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 Kindred errors, and they leave 2 runners on base, and the score remains 3-0 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. We'll be back here in a minute on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Kindred Vikings coming to bat, bottom of the second inning in the 2026 the Essentia Health American Legion Championship. In the tournament, Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 3-0.
Due up here for the Vikings will be Iverson, Grunwald, and Baumgarten. Batter here, number 8 shortstop Gabe Iverson. He's been very, very good defensively this tournament. He looks like he's really settled in at shortstop. At the plate, he's been doing a solid job. This ball's flared up into shallow center. Shortstop Jack Everson there to make a play. So with the wind blowing in, those balls that could be bloopers usually are really dying, and the infielders are getting those pretty easily. So Iverson's retired on the F6, fly out to the shortstop. Brings up number 5, third baseman Tyler Grunwald. Grunwald, like we said, had a very great game pitching earlier today through 7 2/3. Couldn't quite get the win. He grounds one over. Shortstop Jack Everson fields it. Makes an error. So Grunwald will reach on the error. Would have been a tough play there by Everson, but I think he would expect himself to make the play, and so would his coaches. So we'll give that an error.
And if you're the pitcher, you feel like you gave up a ground ball and you felt like you should get an out of that.
Yep, shouldn't be an earned run. So now the batter, number 1 center fielder, Brady Baumgarten. He walked on 6 pitches in the first inning. Grunwald stands off of first. Baumgarten fouls that one off. So an 0-2 count. Kegley is working that slide step a lot, but it looks like it's not really a fast slide step. He kind of just lets his body fall, lifts his leg out and lets his body fall. So Grunwald takes off. Baumgarten fouls it off, though. And I think if Grunwald does get a good jump, he will be at second base, even with the slide step.
Brady Baumgarten got jammed a little bit on that inside fastball.
Jams himself again. Ground ball over to the third baseman, Carver Kozlowski. He doesn't even make a throw. Brady Baumgarten has too good of speed. Beats it out. So that'll be an infield single. Tyler Grunwald moves up to second base. You know what? When you have good speed, it puts a lot of pressure on the infielders that some of these reached on errors, I know I went through it, it's almost like you got to give the runner, the hitter, a little credit because the only reason it's reached on error is because Tyler is so fast. If that would have been a reach on error, I would have been a little upset if I was Baumgarten as well because the only reason he didn't throw it is because he didn't want to make an error because Baumgarten's too fast.
And nobody made an error on that play, so it is an infield single for Baumgarten, but the injustice of baseball.
Schliemann hits a little flare into right field. Tyler Grunwald bluffs the tag. Right fielder Grayson Lewis throws it all the way to third baseman Carver Kozowski just to be sure.
Yeah, the injustice of baseball. Tyler, I would say he hit his ball a little bit harder than Brady. Brady got jammed a little bit, but Brady gets the infield single. Tyler gets charged with an at-bat, but he still reached first base.
Yep, it's tough. Some of these stats can be tough. New batter here is number 17 right fielder Jeremy Knight. He swings through strike one. But yeah, it's always funny looking at the stats and seeing like your faster guys always have way more reached on errors than your slower guys, and there's a reason for that.
Well, and it's putting the ball in play.
Yeah.
It's not striking out in big situations, getting the ball put into play. Like you mentioned, the speed creates errors, and it creates havoc.
Puts pressure on the defense. So Knight faces an 0-2 count here. Swings through strike three. And Kegley picks up his second strikeout of the game on Jeremy Knight. That'll be the third out of the inning. Kindred Vikings here in the bottom of the second get 0 runs on 1 hit, 1 Casselton error, and they leave 2 runners on base. Score remains 3-0 going into the top of the third. We'll be back here in about a minute on yourliveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Kindred Vikings lead this one by a score of 3-0. Top of the third inning, Casselton. The Haymakers are coming to bat, trying to put some runs up on the board.
Yeah, and they'll start with the 9 batter, number 1 center fielder Lucas Christensen, followed by top of the order Carver Kozowski and Brody Kegley. But Lucas Christensen here to start the top of the third. Schliemann comes set, throws in strike 1, starts ahead again. Schliemann, like I said, struggled with the first batter and Carver Kozowski. Since then, he has really settled in and thrown a lot of strikes. The 0-1, off speed down for a ball. So Kegley threw 25 pitches in the first inning, only threw 12 there, so he's settling the pitch count down a little bit. Lucas Christensen grounds one over to third base coach Mitch Shear. First base coach Nick Holm. And then Max Koppervig in the dugout, keeping the boys straight over there.
Very familiar names over the years. Called their names a lot.
Yep, Mitch Shear, Nick Holm been coaching for a while. Max Koppervig played, graduated in 21, came back to super senior in 22. He was a good ball player. He played college baseball. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he played at Mayville and Valley City State. Lucas Christensen fouls one down the third baseline.
big thank you to all of our sponsors for yourliveevent.com. So it's such a privilege to bring you American Legion Baseball on this station.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Being up here, being able to announce these, big rivalry, should be a fun game. Lucas Christensen fouls one off. Oh, sorry, not fouls one off. Hits one. Hits the first base line, so that'll be a fair ball. Knight throws it in, but Lucas Christensen going to have himself a triple to start off the third inning.
Opposite field triple to lead off the inning.
So well-placed ball there by Christensen. Gets that triple just to land on the line. It rolled just behind the bullpen down there. Looked like Jeremy Knight had to go around one of the mounds or on top of it.
And with a 3-run lead, Kindred Vikings will be playing back, conceding the run for the out.
Schliemann fires in strike one to the batter, number 9, third baseman Carver Kozowski. He hits a ground ball to third baseman Tyler Groundwald. He checks on Christensen, throws it over. Christensen heads home. Max Bernier fires it over. The throw is not in time. Christensen slides right around that. Great play by Christensen. Good base running, recognizing he's not getting off too far, so Tyler Groundwald has to throw it to first. And once he does throw it to first, he takes off for home, and Max Bernier put a good throw on it, but Christensen just slides right around it.
Good throw, good tag attempt by Sam. Christensen just beat it, but it was a lot closer play than I thought it was going to be. I thought he got a better jump than that, but Max had a play. Made it close.
New batter here is number 2 pitcher Brody Kegley. Kozowski does get the RBI there. So Kozowski gets the 5-3 put out RBI. Brings up pitcher number 2 Brody Kegley. He's facing a 1-1 count here. High pop fly down the third baseline, out of play, into the parking lot.
A lot of foul territory here, but when the wind is howling in from left field or center field, it just kind of slices towards the lines. Gets out of play in a hurry.
So 1-2 just misses for ball. Kegley grounded out to shortstop Gabe Iverson last inning. Or 2 innings ago, sorry. In the first inning, he grounded out. And now he swings through strike 3, and a good pitch there by Schliemann. Catching him off his timing a little bit, getting him on his front foot. Awkward swing by Kegley. Gives Schliemann his 3rd strikeout of the game. 2nd out of the inning. That brings up left fielder, number 25, Ryan Osmedstad. First pitch to him is up and out for a ball. Osmedstad in his first at-bat in the first inning, he grounded out to the second baseman, Carter Groundwald. Almost beat it out. He's got some good wheels. He sees a 2-0 count. Hard line drive into left field. Jack Savageau takes a step in, realizes it's back a little bit, and the wind helps him out, and he makes the play. So line out to the left fielder to end the inning. Not before Casselton gets 1 run on 1 hit, 0 Kindred Vikings errors, and they leave nobody on base here. We got a new score after the top of the 3rd. It's 3-1 in favor of Kindred. We'll see you back in a minute on yourliveevent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Kindred Vikings coming to bat, bottom of the third inning. They lead it by a score of 3-1.
Due up here for the Vikings, second baseman, number 31, Carter Grunwald. Carter Grunwald had that big 2 RBI double in the first inning to get in the first 2 runs. And scored himself.
Laid down a bunt. Beautiful play by the pitcher.
Carter Grunwald did have that bunt single last game to break up the no-hitter. But the pitcher, Brody Kegley, able to make a good play and get the out. Brings up number 7, first baseman Max Bernier. That looked like it hit him, and it did. Brushed his arm a little bit, wore it. He gets first base.
Max got hit for the first time on the season yesterday. This one catches him in the shoulder. Looked a lot more comfortable. Yesterday got hit kind of like right in the ribs, kind of towards the back, and that one hurt a little bit.
Yeah, it's always a rough spot to get hit. It doesn't matter how fast the pitcher's throwing. That's not one that you love to wear. Jack Savageau, another line drive down the right field line, and it burns the right fielder, Grayson Lewis. Max Bernier is going to be running to third. Jack Savageau is going to stand there at second. He's going to have himself a double. Throw gets away. Max Bernier is going to try and score. He slides in, and he is safe at home. Jack Savageau wisely moves up to third as well. So a big double for Jack Savageau. He's having himself a day. That's a big double for him. Max Bernier is going to score.
I think it'll be a double, and Bernier scores on the error.
Yep, so Savageau won't get credit for the RBI, but nonetheless, a huge swing. He gets to third base as well.
And to be fair, the right fielder looked like he was there. You can argue an error on that play. I'm going to give Jack Savageau a double.
We're not giving it an error. Double and throw.
Yeah. So no error. Double, and he scores on the throw.
Yeah.
So an RBI double, and he scores on or moves to third on the throw.
Fisher Johnson with a nice swing, single up the middle, scores Jack Savageau.
So no error scored on that play at all. It's just a double, and he moves up to third on the error. He gets credit for an RBI double, scoring Bernier. Then an RBI single by Fisher Johnson.
Even better for Jack Savageau stats. So Gabe Iverson up to bat. He hits a high pop fly, middle of the infield. Shortstop Jack Everson there makes the catch. Fisher Johnson stays at first. A lot of action here. So we'll take you through one more time. Max Bernier gets hit by a pitch. Jack Savageau hits a ball down the right field line. Right fielder Grayson Lewis looked like he was camped under it. Jack Savageau put enough backspin on it, burns Grayson Lewis. So Jack Savageau gets a double. Max Bernier scores, so Jack Savageau gets credit for the RBI. Then on the throw, Savageau also moves up to third. Then Fisher Johnson, first pitch, hits a single up the middle, RBI single to score Jack Savageau. And now Gabe Iverson just hits a pop out to the shortstop, Jack Everson. Tyler Grunwald now the batter. That's a pickoff move to first. He gets in there safely.
A lot of action in a short amount of time span, and a lot of first pitch swinging. So we're trying to walk through whether that was a hit or an error, all the things, and then Fisher wraps a single.
Grunwald hits a ground ball over to the third baseman, Carver Kozowski, and that goes under his glove.
That's a base hit to left.
We'll give him credit for a single there, yep.
I think we're starting to contemplate an error up here, and I'm like, that's a single. All day long. He didn't make an error. He tried to go to his left. He tried to get the glove down, but that's not a routine play. I would argue the drive to right field could have been ruled a routine play, and Jack Savageau could have reached on an error to begin with, but no way would I rule that either. You're on your home field, that's a double all the way.
Yeah, it's another one of those things. Baseball can be weird, especially in the outfield. That's a pass ball. That'll get Fisher Johnson to third base and Tyler Grunwald to second. Yeah, baseball can be weird with that, where an outfielder that completely gets a terrible read, should have made the catch easily, but it doesn't touch his glove, it's technically a hit. And then if an infielder sometimes can make what would have been a really good play, sneaks under his glove, sometimes people give that an error.
Mm-hmm.
So outfielders do kind of get bailed a little bit on their fielding percentage, but
And it doesn't really matter whether it hits his glove or not. It matters whether it was a routine play or not. is what it says in the rules.
So Baumgarten watches strike one wisely. 3-0 count, auto take. Baumgarten now the 3-1. That'll be ball 4 up and in. So Baumgarten reaches on the walk. That's his second time getting walked this game. That loads the bases up for pitcher number 2, Jackson Schliemann. Jackson Schliemann had a big single in the first inning.
Looks like we'll have a coaching visit out to the mound. Two teams will get together, go through the X's and O's. Defense, how we're going to play this. There is 2 outs. Kindred Vikings have 2 runs this bottom of the 3rd inning. They lead it by a score of 5-1.
Yep, been a very fun and exciting game so far. Still early in the game, only the 3rd inning. Casselton Haymakers looking to bounce back after Kindred gets a couple big hits. Their bats have been hot. And this is probably the last batter you want to face if you're Brody Kegley. Jackson Schliemann been hitting the ball hard all year. If he puts the ball in the gap, that will score 2, maybe 3.
Leads the team and runs batted in with 24.
So Johnson stands at 3rd, Grunwald at 2nd, Baumgarten at 1st. Baumgarten has great speed, Grunwald has good speed, Schliemann has good speed. A lot of speed on the bases here. Fisher Johnson over there at 3rd, not slow. That pitch is in there for a strike, so Schliemann sees a 1-1 count. Kindred leads this game right now 5-1. They have 7 hits, 0 errors. Casselton has 2 hits, 1 error. Schliemann watches ball 2, low and in. May have clipped the bottom of the zone, but a little inside. Looked like that caught knees. So the 2-1 to Schliemann. Just up and out for ball 3. The 3-1 count to Schliemann. He's looking to do damage here. And it's ball 4. He walks in a run.
Second time today, Jackson Schliemann gets an RBI walk.
Yep, he had one earlier in the other game, in the semifinal game against Wahpeton. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that walk in the Wahpeton game was a game-tying walk.
It was. It was a big run at the time. That tied up the game and eventually sent that game into extra innings.
Now the batter, pinch hitter, number 16, Teague Erdman. Teague Erdman been doing good on the Junior Legion team. He's getting an opportunity to bring in a couple runs here in this big spot. He watches strike 1 on the outside corner.
I've watched some of those games as Sam Bernier has played in some of those games, and Teague Erdman, tremendously patient, has drawn a lot of walks and has wrapped the ball around the park pretty good.
He hits a high pop fly in the infield. 2 outs, the runners are moving. But Kegley gets under it and makes the catch. So pop out to the to the pitcher, F1. Will end the 3rd inning. Not before Kindred strikes again. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, 0 Casselton errors, and they leave 3 runners on base. We've got a new score here. It's 6-1 Kindred going into the top of the 4th on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at YourLiveEvent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Kindred Vikings put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, take a 6-1 lead into the top of the 4th inning. Jackson Schliemann to start the ball game, to start the 4th inning, again on the mound.
Yeah, big inning there for Kindred. Got 3 more runs, extends the lead a little bit. Makes it a 6-1 game. Reminder, after 5 innings, it is an 8-run rule in the Essentia Health Tournament, not a 10-run rule. So we'll see if that ends up coming into play. Due up here for Casselton, though. Right fielder number 5, Grayson Lewis. He flew out to the right fielder in the 2nd inning. Now he gets hit by pitch.
I'll tell you what, Casselton scratch across run in the top of the 3rd inning, and exactly what you want out of the Kindred Vikings. They come back and pick up their pitcher and score 3 runs. Now Jackson Schliemann looking for that shutdown inning after his team puts him to a 5-run lead.
Yeah, not ideal that he starts with a hit by pitch and now a ball. A bit of a pass ball, but Grayson Lewis doesn't advance. Batter here is shortstop number 3, Jack Everson. Jack Everson had a single, stole second in the 2nd inning, got stranded at 3rd. He watches strike 1. So 1-1 count here. Jack Everson said this earlier when these 2 teams played. He's going to Bismarck State College next year to play baseball, following the footprints of his brother, Alex Everson. He hits a single in the 6 hole, 5-6 hole.
Just a ground ball right in the right spot. Base hit, 3 hits now for Casselton.
Yep, so that single will bring up first baseman, number 20, Bryce Mueller. Bryce Mueller struck out his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. 5-pitch strikeout. Schliemann looking to get another ground ball here. Runners at 1st and 2nd. With the runner at 1st, he was looking to get a ground ball. He did, just not in the right spot. Mueller showing bunt. He pulls back for ball 1. Max Bernier crashed hard there when he saw bunt. Schliemann looking to put something in the zone here. If he's going to bunt, take the free out. You're up by 5. Mueller showing bunt again. Wild pitch gets to the backstop, so the runners will move up. Lewis now stands at 3rd, Everson at 2nd. Now I'd be surprised to see Mueller square up for a bunt again, unless he wants to just bait a walk by showing bunt. Maybe he thinks Schliemann's not going to be able to throw a strike if he's holding the bat out. He takes a hard swing, fouls it between his legs to the 3rd base dugout, Casselton's dugout.
And how about Wahpeton in that first game tonight, the semifinal game? 3 successful suicide squeeze plays.
Yeah, they had a plan and stuck to it, and it almost paid off. They got runs out of it. That's a ground ball hit to Gabe Iverson. He looks at the runner but decides to go to first. So Grayson Lewis got a kind of a bad jump going home. Iverson looked at him but decided there's no point of trying to get him out at home. It would have been a close play. Grayson Lewis still has good speed, so we got home on it. But Iverson looked at him and said, I'll take the out. You guys can have a run. We're still up by 4. Jack Everson stays at 2nd. New batter here is number 8, catcher Grady Mueller. Grady Mueller got walked in the 2nd inning. He had a courtesy runner in Aiden Thummel. Schliemann comes set, kicks, fires. Off speed. Down and in. He's now at the same amount of pitches as Brody Kegley, both of them at 56. The limit is 105. Schliemann threw 3 in the first game, so he has 102. High chopper to the 2nd baseman, Carter Groundwald. He fields it, flips it over to 1st baseman Max Bernier, and he catches it and jumps off the base to keep Everson at 3rd. Everson, good base running to get over to 3rd once he recognizes that it's a ground ball to the right side of the field. He knows he can get to 3rd easily, especially on that high chopper. Carter Groundwald takes the out, Now the batter, number 6, Keegan Peterson. Keegan Peterson watches ball 1. Just missed. Schliemann throws ball 2 outside. Keegan Peterson hit into a ground out to third baseman Tyler Grunwald in the 2nd inning. Now he watches ball 3. So Schliemann in a little hole here.
Special shout out again to our sponsors and for everybody watching on yourliveevent.com. Fun baseball.
Now 4-pitch walk to Keegan Peterson.
Those were all pretty competitive pitches by Jackson Schliemann. There weren't a lot of balls that missed by a long ways in that at-bat, but a 4-pitch walk.
Yep, Schliemann just working around the zone, but now you have runners at first and third. Would expect something funny here out of Casselton. They're known to do their sometimes a delayed steal. So be ready for Keegan Peterson to do something funny over there at first, try and sneak in a run. Lucas Christensen, the batter, he had that triple in the last inning, so he may just want to let him hit. That's strike 1.
We should mention T. Girdman pinch hit for Jeremy Knight. Jeremy Knight did re-enter, and he's out in right field.
So it looks like Schliemann's trying to speed up Christensen. I know in college the rule is you cannot come set until the batter's eyes are on the pitcher. And that pitch hit him. So Schliemann hits Christensen with the pitch, loads up the bases.
Going to get a mound visit out of the head coach, Josh Almaris. Tyler Infield will come out there.
Yep, quick little mound visit. Probably just calm down Schliemann a little bit up there. Tell him, relax. Doesn't matter, the bases are loaded. We're up by 4. Go get this guy. Top of the order, Carver Kozowski. He struck out looking in the 1st inning. Then hit into the 5-3 put out in the 3rd. Brought in Christensen. So he has an RBI on the day. Looks like Schliemann's got a little smile on his face, so I'm sure maybe he's feeling better up there. Now he had the mound visit. Kindred Vikings were in this game 2 years ago. Back when I was still playing Legion, ended up winning, beat Brookings with a score of 11-6. That's a hard line drive down the left field line. Foul ball. Batter here, like I said, third baseman Carver Kozowski. I think this is Casselton's first time being in the championship. Kindred's 2nd. Check swing. And home plate umpire Quinn Irie is going to say he did go. Did not check his swing. So now Kozowski down in an 0-2 count. Schliemann able to throw any pitch he wants here. Bases loaded, 0-2 count. Schliemann kicks, fires. High fly ball into left field. Jack Savageau's running back. And it's going to get over his head. Carver Kozowski's going to round first, get to 2nd. Runner's getting waved around 3rd. He's going to score. So a 3 RBI double there for Carver Kozowski. Big swing in an 0-2 count. Makes this game a lot closer. 3 RBI double there for Carver Kozowski. Makes this a 6-5 ball game. New batter here is pitcher number 2, Brody Kegley. He watches strike 1. He's not happy about that.
Well, Kegley has an opportunity to tie this ball game up after trailing 6-1 to start this inning.
Yeah, that would be a big inning here for Casselton. He fouls this one off into the pine trees.
The ball's hit hard to left center field. Jack got a decent jump, but that ball just kept carrying even though it was against that wind. That ball's hit hard.
Schliemann, 0-2 kick fire. Curveball just hangs in there, rolls it over to second baseman Carter Gronwald, and he completes the putout. So 4-3 putout to end the inning. But boy, not before Casselton strikes first. They get 5 runs here on 2 hits, 0 Kindred errors, and they leave 1 runner on base. Big inning there for Casselton. They get this game a lot closer. We got a new score. Kindred 6, Casselton 5, going into the bottom of the 4th here on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Kindred Vikings coming to bat.
And we have a new ball game here. Casselton big 4th inning. Makes it 6-5. You know, with this rivalry, you never know what's going to happen next. Both of these teams take this game a lot more seriously, and they want to win even more.
Now, again, this is a tournament. We still have the regionals coming up. We still have state baseball coming up. This is a tournament. No league matters being settled here today.
Carter Gronwald has a hard ground ball to the second baseman, Keegan Peterson. He fields it cleanly, makes the throw over. So he jumps on that first pitch, just right at the second baseman. Brings up first baseman number 7, Max Bernier. Max Bernier 0 for 1 today with a hit by pitch and a strikeout. He rolls one over down the third baseline. He's got some good speed. He's going to get it over there, and the throw's going to beat him. What a play there. That is a great play by pitcher Brody Kegley.
I thought he was going to beat it out, but Kegley got off the mound in a hurry and fired a strike over to first base to get him.
Yeah, Kindred had a hit just like that to beat Wahpeton. So Casselton was here for the end of that. They saw that, and they're maybe ready for some of those swinging bunts. But Brody Kegley, what a play. Jack Savjo now. Hard fly ball out into right center. Lucas Christensen there to make the play. I'm pretty sure that was a 3-pitch inning.
Pretty sure that was a 3-pitch inning.
So three-pitch inning here in the bottom of the 4th. Good defense by Casselton. Kindred's going to get no runs on no hits, no Castaneras, and they're going to leave no one on base. On 3 pitches, we are still tied here 6-5, going in the top of the 5th inning on your live event.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Casselton comes to bat, top of the 5th inning. They trail by 1 run.
Due up here for Casselton. Left fielder number 25, Ryan Osmondstad. He watches ball 1. Schliemann at 71 pitches here. Ground ball hit to third baseman Tyler Grunwald. He fields it cleanly, makes a throw over, and Max Bernier completes the play. So 5-3 put out here in 2 pitches. Brings up right fielder, number 5, Grayson Lewis. Grayson Lewis flew out to right fielder in the 2nd inning and got hit by pitch and scored in the 4th. He pops this one up foul, out of play.
That was confirmed, a 3-pitch inning in the bottom half of that 4th inning.
Yeah, that's what you want to do as a pitcher. Your team just scored 4 runs for you. Then you go out there and throw a 3-pitch inning, get right back into the dugout. Schliemann now has to go right back onto the mound. Not Schliemann, Grayson Lewis hits a hard ground ball through that 5-6 hole. So a single for Lewis. Brings up Jack Everson, shortstop. Everson number 3. He has 2 singles and a stolen base. He hit one in that 5-6 hole, so Gabe Iverson shading over. Tyler Grunwald playing in case there's a bunt. First pitch is down low for a ball. Jack Everson has 2 singles, one through the in between first and second base, and one in between second and third base. High chopper to third baseman Tyler Grunwald. He throws it over to Carter Grunwald, who fields it, throws it over to Max Bernier, just offline in the dirt a little bit. Max Bernier does a good job of blocking it. Otherwise, Everson would have gotten to second on the dead ball if it hits the dugout.
A good throw may have had him at first base, but you cannot count an error against Carter Grunwald. They do record an out, but you cannot assume a double play, so an error can't be counted on that play unless it was an overthrow and the runner reached second base.
Yep, just the fielder's choice there. So Everson stands at first. He's got a stolen base already. He's got some good wheels. Batting here is first baseman number 20, Bryce Mueller. Bryce Mueller struck out in the 2nd inning, hit into a 6-3 ground out to the shortstop in the 4th inning. Schliemann tries to pick off Everson. He gets back in there safely.
So had that ball got by Bernier, that probably would have went into the dugout.
This next pitch, a ball. Everson leads off of first. He takes off to second. High fly ball into center field. Everson's going to keep running. Brady Baumgarten camped under it, and he makes the catch. So fly out to center fielder Brady Baumgarten to end the inning for Bryce Mueller. Jackson Schliemann at 80 pitches here. After the top of the 5th, Casselton gets 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 Kindred errors, and they leave 1 runner on base. We have same score here going into the bottom of the 5th. Kindred 6, Casselton 5 on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Kindred Vikings coming to bat, leading by a score of 5-6 over Casselton.
Due up here for Kindred, designated hitter number 23, Fisher Johnson. Fisher Johnson flew out to the right fielder in the first inning, then had a big RBI single in the third. So he's stepping up for the third time today, 1 for 2. Pitcher remains as Brody Kegley. He throws ball one outside. That's his 60th pitch of the ball game. He's got 105 pitches to work with, so 45 left. That's in there for a strike. Both pitchers on a good pace here. Dead ball hits Fisher's foot.
Kindred Vikings leading by a 6-5 score, so any base runners and any cushion that they can provide for their starting pitcher, Jackson Schliemann, is a bonus.
Batter here, shortstop number 8, Gabe Iverson. Ball one is way up. Iverson over 2 with 2 flyouts to the shortstop today. Johnson and Iverson get their signs. Johnson gets a lead. Iverson in the box. Fisher Johnson with an aggressive secondary. Doesn't steal second. Maybe thought that ball was going to get over the head of catcher Grady Mueller, but Grady Mueller there to keep it in front. Fisher Johnson stays at first. So 2-0 count here to Gabe Iverson. Pickoff move to Johnson. He gets back in there very safely. Fisher Johnson now with a crazy big lead. 2-0. Gabe hits it straight up. Wynn's going to push it out of play just to the left of the grandstands. Iverson, the 2-1 count. Kegley looks over at Johnson. Johnson takes over. Fake bunt. Johnson is out at second. Coach Eggman upset that he thinks Brody Kegley did not come set there. But a perfect pitch out there. I'm not sure if it was planned. Maybe he saw Gabe square to bunt and he knows the high pitches are hardest to bunt, so he threw it high. And they ended up getting Fisher Johnson out on the stolen base. And next pitch, Gabe Iverson walks. So bad beat there for Kindred. Could have runners at first and second. Instead, it's just a runner at first with 1 out. So instead of, like I said, instead of runners at first and second with 0 outs, it's runner at first with 1 out. Batter here is number 5, third baseman Tyler Grunwald. He hits a little flare into right field. Right fielder Grayson Lewis there to make the play. Iverson will stay at first. So that flyout brings up top of the order, center fielder Brady Baumgarten. Brady Baumgarten 1 for 1 today with 2 walks, a run scored. He watches strike 1. Brady's been stranded at first and second base today. Casselton has left 4 runners on base. Kindred has left 6. Brady hits a high pop fly into left field. Left fielder Ryan Osmondstad camps under it, makes the catch. So fly out to left field will end the 5th inning. Kindred gets 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 Casselton errors, and they leave 1 runner on base. And after 5 innings, the score remains 6-5 Kindred. We'll be back in a minute on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
We head to the top of the 6th inning. Kindred Vikings lead Casselton by a score of 6-5. Haymakers coming to bat.
Yep, starting to get into that late game. Casselton's going to start doing whatever they can to get that run across to tie the game up. And then maybe whatever they can to get that winning run across. Or the lead run, I should say. Due up here for Casselton. Catcher, number 8, Grady Mueller. Grady Mueller is 0 for 1 with a walk today. He watches ball 1 low. Kegley at 70 pitches through 5 innings. Schliemann was at 80, now at 81. It's a pop fly out of play, foul territory. Right onto the patio, kind of by the concessions here at Kindred Vikings varsity field. The 1-1 is high for ball 2. So the 2-1 pitch here to Mueller. Low for ball 3. Schliemann now at 84 pitches. He has 102 to work with. That'll be ball 4, way high. So leadoff walk for Grady Mueller is good news for Casselton, bad news for Kindred. They say a leadoff walk scores, I don't know the exact percentage, but I know it's a high one. Courtesy runner here, once again, number 4, Aiden Thummel. Courtesy ran for Grady Mueller in the 2nd inning. He will courtesy run for him again. Maybe looking to steal second here. Batter here is number 6, second baseman, Keegan Peterson. Slide step, bunt attempt, fouled straight back. Sam Bernier didn't see it, wouldn't have been able to make the play, though that was hit a little too low and went too far back. Now, umpire Quinn Irie has to go back and get the foul ball.
That's responsibility of the third base dugout to come out and get that baseball.
That pitch is up for ball 1. The 1-1 bunt attempt in fair territory. Jackson Schliemann fields it, throws it over to first baseman Max Bernier. So sacrifice bunt for Keegan Peterson.
Nice bunt by Keegan Peterson. Moves a runner up to second base with 1 down. Casselton trying to get that tying run across.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of this inning, they're going to do whatever they can to get that tying run across. Now they have Lucas Christensen up to bat. He hit a triple in the 3rd inning, scored a run, and then in the 4th inning got hit by pitch and scored a run. He's got some good wheels. The pitch to him. High pop fly, foul territory, looking like it's going to go out. And it does go out into golf cart row, batting cage area. So an 0-1 count here to Christensen. Schliemann at 89 pitches. Off speed, catches Lucas Christensen on his front foot a little bit. He fouls it straight back. So kind of an awkward swing, and at this point, if I'm Schliemann, I would go with an off speed in the dirt. He goes fastball low, just misses the knees. Good pitch by Schliemann, even better pitch, or even better take by Christensen. Understand what the strike zone is.
Sam Bernier taking responsibility for that one. He felt he could have tried to steal a strike there.
And he will steal that strike. Get the strike 3 call on Christensen. That'll be Schliemann's 4th strikeout of the day.
After that last pitch before that strikeout, Sam pounded on his chest and said, "That's my bad." He could have picked that one out of the air a little bit better and framed that one a little better.
That's good responsibility over there, knowing that you can do better, and he did do better on the very next pitch. Next batter here, top of the order, third baseman, number 9, Carver Kozowski. He is 1 for 3. He had that big 3 RBI double in the 4th inning to make this a really close ball game. Looking to tie it up here. He hits a high pop fly on the left side of the field. Shortstop Iverson drifting under it. He gets under it and makes the catch. So Carver Kozowski flies out to shortstop Gabe Iverson to get the 3rd out of the inning. Casselton gets 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 Kindred errors, and they leave 1 runner on base. Score remains 6-5 here, going into the bottom of the 6th on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Kindred Vikings coming to bat, bottom of the 6th inning. They lead it by a score of 6-5 over the Casselton Haymakers. This is the 2026 Essentia Health American Legion Baseball Tournament. This is the championship ball game. Wahpeton and the Kindred Vikings played in Game 1 today on the Sunday. Kindred Vikings win it in a thriller, beating Wahpeton on an RBI single by Gabe Iverson, and that wins it for the Vikings. Now they're playing Casselton for the championship. Casselton comes into the game 4-0 on the tournament, and we have a new pitcher for Casselton.
Yep, new pitcher here will be number 17, Jairus Stahl. Brody Kegley getting pulled here. He had himself a solid game. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and 2 strikeouts. But Jairus Stahl taking over on the mound here. He throws first pitch, ball 1 to Jackson Schliemann. And now ball 2.
Kegley really had just 2 rough innings. He gave up 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the third.
Yeah, other than that, he was pretty solid. He had that 3-pitch inning in the fourth inning. Yep, 4th inning.
Kept his team in the ball game.
Yep. He threw 70 pitches. Now Jackson Schliemann gets a 4-pitch walk. The only thing here is Brody Kegley is the next batter, and Jairus Stahl is taking over his spot. So I wonder if Kegley will still hit in the top of the 7th. And then they'll have to put in a new pitcher, or we'll see what they end up doing. But now the balk gets called. Maybe a little bit of influence from Coach Nick Eggman. When Fisher Johnson tried stealing second, he said that the pitcher, Brody Kegley, did not get called. Now this one, maybe home plate umpire Quinn Irie was a little more focused on that, making sure he pauses.
I'm going to say this. You didn't see it on camera, but Nick Eggman, the first base coach, kind of walked over to throw the batting gloves into the dugout from Jackson Schliemann, kind of had a triumphant walk and was nodding his head.
Now Knight grounds this one. Chopper to shortstop Jack Everson. He makes a good play, makes a good throw on the run. Gets Jeremy Knight out at first, but does advance Jackson Schliemann to third base. So he does get the job done. Now batters Carter Grunwald. He's 1 for 3 this game. He had that big 2 RBI double in the first inning to lead things off, scoring-wise, for the Vikings. Now it's a high pop fly, and this is not what you want for a Kindred fan. High pop fly in the infield. Second baseman Keegan Peterson comes in and makes the play. Carter Grunwald was looking to get a run in. He had to put the ball in the outfield. If he could do that, then Schliemann would have scored, but just a high infield pop fly. And now there's 2 outs. The batter, Max Bernier. Max Bernier has been doing good so far this tournament. This game, he's 0 for 2 with the hit by pitch. Had that swinging bunt that Brody Kegley made a great play on. So he could be 1 for 2, but Brody Kegley robbed him of a base hit. Now he hits high foul pop fly. The wind just plays with it.
Wow, I thought that was an infield. I thought that was going to be a fair ball, and it was going to be an infield pop-up. That wind blowing hard towards the press box, and it blew out of play.
Yeah, kind of messed with the Muellers there. Both of them kind of going after it. Catcher Grady Mueller thought he had a beat on it, and then it just was dancing up there. Found its way back onto the ground, and Max Bernier gets another chance with an 0-2 count. Now it's a little blooper into center field. Lucas Christensen coming in on it, and he will make the catch. So fly out to center ends the 6th inning. Kindred Vikings here get 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 Casselton errors. They leave 1 runner on base. Score here going into the top of the 7th. Kindred 6, Casselton 5. We'll see you back here in a minute with the last inning of Collegiate Baseball.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 6-5 in the 2026 Essentia Health American Legion Baseball Tournament. This is for the championship game, Kindred Vikings versus Casselton. And Casselton coming to bat, trying to scratch across a run to tie this ball game up.
Your batter here will be Brody Kegley, number 2. He's coming back in to hit. So if they do get 1 run here, or 2, and it goes into the bottom of the 7th, Casselton will have a new pitcher on the mound, as Jarris Stahl will not be able to finish since he just got taken out. Kegley watches 2 balls. Not missing by a whole lot. Schliemann has 6 pitches left. He has to get pulled at 102 because he threw 3 earlier today. It's a 105 daily limit, not gamely. So ball 3 outside. Schliemann looking to chip away here. 3-0 count. He kicks and fires. Strike 1 in there. Kegley is 0 for 3 today. Ground out to the shortstop in the first inning. Strikeout in the third inning. Ground out to the second baseman in the fourth. This pitch just up and out for ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk for Kegley puts him on base. Brings up left fielder, number 25, Ryan Osmedstad. He's also 0 for 3 this game. Grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning, lined out to the left fielder in the third inning, and grounded out to the third baseman in the fifth inning. Kegley has some solid speed over there at first. Osmedstad goes for the bunt, fouls it straight back. Kind of chased out of the zone.
I'm not sure who is on deck to pitch. I haven't seen anybody warming up in the bullpen. I know they have Jacob Lindemann.
That's what I heard it's going to be. So they go for the bunt again. Schliemann misses up. This will be Schliemann's last batter here. So this will be pitch number 102. Squares the bunt, ball down. Good pick by Sam Bernier. You can hear down in the dugout they're yelling, take the out. He's giving you a free out, trying to bunt him over. Take the out.
Absolutely.
Schliemann fires. Bunt straight back. So Osmedstad goes over 2 on bunt attempts here.
If you know the guy's bunting, my philosophy is to take that out, just like you said. Get that out, then they only have 2 outs to work with. Then they got to get a lot of pressure on their hitters to drive in that tying run.
So Schliemann kicks, fires. Off speed, driven into left field. Jack Savageau running over there. Brady Baumgarten running over there. Off the glove of Jack Savageau. Brady Baumgarten there to pick it up. Runners going to third. The throw, not in time. Brody Kegley gets the third base there on the error by left fielder Jack Savageau. Osmedstad gets the second on the play. And now we will have a pitching change.
This is a very odd situation. This is one of those rare moments where Jackson Schliemann could either get the win, have nothing to do with it, or get a loss.
Yeah, he could have 1 of 3.
Yeah, he could have 1 of 3 because if the runner on second base comes across to score, that's the go-ahead run. And if that's how the game ends up, he would actually take the loss. If the score ends like this, of course, he gets the win, or he might just simply get a no decision.
So the new pitcher will be Jacob Lindemann. That's all we know for now, but we will come back here in a little bit to give you all the defensive changes here on yourliveevent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Jacob Lindemann comes on to pitch for the Kindred Vikings.
Yep, Jacob Lindemann on the mound. Looks like Schliemann's going to move to second. Carter Grunwald's going to come out of the game. So we'll see what happens hitting-wise if it gets to that point. Runners are at second and third here for Casselton. The runner at second is Ryan Osmedstad. Runner at third is Brody Kegley. Both have some good speed. So maybe a squeeze situation here.
Absolutely. Anything's
0 outs.
possible. You saw Wahpeton do it successfully 3 times in today's earlier game.
Yep, they were able to get those down. See if Casselton goes for it as well. Remember, Jackson Schliemann is responsible for the runners at second and third. Jackson Schliemann's day is not completely over. Fly ball, shallow center field. Brady Baumgarten catches it, makes a good throw home. The cutoff, oh, and Sam Bernier drops the throw. So Casselton will tie the game here. Good speed by Brody Kegley. It looked like that throw was on target to me. I think that throw should have gone through. Looked like Brady had a great throw on it. His momentum was coming in. It was a hard throw. Maybe Max Bernier saw something different there, and he wanted to catch it and be the cutoff man there, but man, good speed over there by Brody Kegley, able to get in on the shallow pop fly. New batter's Jack Everson.
Good job by Jake Lindemann. Comes in, gets the out. Opportunity to record that double play.
Yep, he's doing a good job throwing strikes. Jack Everson is 2 for 3 on the day. Hard line drive into left center field. That's going to bring in a run. So Casselton's going to take the lead, 7-6 here, with a big RBI single from Jack Everson. So big RBI single there by Jack Everson brings up first baseman number 20, Bryce Mueller. Bryce Mueller 0 for 3 on the day. He hits a line drive into left field. Jack Savageau there able to keep in front. Jack Everson will only move up to second. But a single from Bryce Mueller puts runners at first and second with number 8 catcher Grady Mueller. He is 0 for 1 with 2 walks today. His courtesy runner has been Aiden Thummel. So we'd expect to see that if he gets on base again. Ball 1 is outside and low.
When that tying run scored, I'm not sure the Berniers would have had him at the plate. Sam applied the tag, but the ball popped out of his glove.
Yeah, it would have been bang bang either way. That's ball 2 up. The 2-0 in there for strike 1. So Schliemann's day pitching is done. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 4 strikeouts. As Mueller fouls this one back. So a 2-2 count here. Number 9, Jacob Lindemann on the mound. Throws an off-speed, high pop fly on the right side of the infield. Max Bernier saying he's got it. Infield fly rule in effect. So the runners will stay at first and second.
One important distinction on that infield fly, that ball stayed in fair territory. Max caught it in fair territory, but if that blows foul and it falls down, the infield fly is no longer in effect. No out is recorded if it's a foul ball.
Yep. Yep, if it's fair and in the infield, runners at first and second or bases loaded with 0 or 1 out, then the infield fly rule is in effect. So both runners wisely stayed at their bases. Batter here is number 6, second baseman Keegan Peterson. He watches ball 1 and 2. He grounded out to the third baseman in the second inning, got walked and scored in the 4th, and then had a sac bunt in the 6th. So 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. He swings through strike 1. Good pitch there by Jacob Lindemann. Runners at first and second. Lindemann comes set, kicks, throws, high pop fly, middle of the infield. Gabe Iverson talking, saying he's got it. He makes the catch to complete the top of the 7th. So an F6 from Keegan Peterson ends the top of the 7th. We go into the bottom of the 7th after Casselton gets 2 runs, none earned. They get 2 hits, 1 Kindred error, and they leave 2 runners on base. And going into the bottom of the 7th, the new score here is Casselton 7, Kindred 6. We'll be back here in a minute on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
2026 Essentia Health American Legion Baseball Tournament. This is the championship game, and we're going to decide it right here, more than likely. Casselton leads it. They take the lead. They lead it by a score of 7-6 with the Kindred Vikings coming to bat.
Got a new pitcher here, number 25, Ryan Osmondstad. He comes in from left field. Going out to left field will be number 6, Keegan Peterson. And then at second base will be Brody Kegley. So Brody Kegley coming back into the game after Jarris Stahl came in and threw his 1 inning. He threw 1 inning, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, 0 strikeouts. Batter here is Jack Savageau. He watched strike 1. The 0-1. Low one in for ball 1. Maybe would have clipped his feet. The 1-1. Just clips the outside part of the zone for strike 2. So the 1-2 from Osmondstad to Savageau. Low one outside for ball 2. Jack Savageau having himself a good day at the plate here. Had that RBI single in the first, RBI double in the third. Fouls this one off. Jack Savageau 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs and a run scored. He watches ball 3 outside. He's working himself a good at-bat here. Full count.
Remember, any way on, he can represent the tying run.
That would be big for the Vikings here. Kick, fire, ground ball over to the second baseman, Brody Kegley. He sits, fires over, and completes the out. 4-3 put out there for Brody Kegley as Jack Savageau rolls that over to him. Now the batter will be designated hitter number 23, Fisher Johnson. Fisher Johnson 1 for 2 here. He had a big RBI single in the third inning, got hit by pitch in the 5th. Also flew out to the right fielder in the first. He also got caught stealing in the 5th, but scored a run in the third. He watches strike 1 on the outside corner. It's been a fun championship here in the 2026 Essentia Health Legion Tournament. Fisher Johnson watches ball 1. Casselton Haymakers are 4-0 going into this game. Kindred Vikings are 4-1. They had to play that semifinal game since them and Wahpeton were both 3-1 out of their pool. Casselton was 4-0, so they got the first round bye. Fisher watches ball 2. 2-1 count to Johnson. Osmondstad comes set, kicks, fires. Hard swing by Johnson. Fouled back. 2-2 count. Johnson sees it. 2-2 count here. Osmondstar comes set. The pitch. Just inside for ball 3. Good take by Johnson. So a full count here to Fisher Johnson. 2 full counts in this 7th inning. Johnson fouls this one off. A good fight by him. Both counts, or both batters, see a full count. Both foul off one of the strike 2 pitches. Now Fisher Johnson swings through strike 3, and Osmondstar gets his first strikeout of the game. So now the 2-out batter, last chance here for the Vikings. Shortstop number 8, Gabe Iverson. Gabe Iverson 0 for 2 this game with a walk. Looking to get something going here for the Vikings. Fouls that first pitch off. Headed on his backswing as well.
That does not count as 2 foul balls. Just the 1 strike.
Thankfully for Gabe. 0-1 pitch. Grounded over down the third base line, foul territory. Hits the fence. The 0-2. Outside for ball 1. Good take by Gabe. Osmondstar thrown 17 pitches this inning. He kicks, fires. Ball 2 outside. So Gabe working a good count here. Looking to get something going here for Kindred. Osmondstar kicks, fires. Gabe Iverson grounds it over to shortstop Jack Iverson. He comes through, makes a throw off his back foot, and he gets the out. So that'll be the game. Casselton 7, Kindred 6. As Iverson grounds out to get the third out. So Casselton post 15 Haymakers are your 2026 Essentia Health Legion Tournament champions here. As they win the championship, they go 5-0 this tournament. Kindred went 4-2. They lose the championship at a score of 7-6. Good hard-fought game by both teams. Good comeback by Casselton.
I was just going to say, great comeback by the Haymakers. They were down by a score of 6-1 heading into the top of the 4th inning. They put up 4 runs in the 4th and then come back with 2 runs in the top of the 7th, and the score ends by a score of 7-6.
Yeah, good game by both teams here. Casselton obviously not just rolling over. They fought back and ended up earning the win. But we will be back here shortly with your player of the game, connection of the game, and play of the game on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back here, Kindred Vikings Varsity Field. Good game played here by Kindred and Casselton. Casselton coming out with the win. Kindred started this game up 3-0 in the first. Then Casselton got one in the third, top of the third. Kindred then answered with 3 runs of their own, which then Casselton answered with 4 in the top of the fourth. Then in the top of the seventh, Casselton came through with 2 runs, and that was enough to take the lead and win it in the bottom of the seventh, where Ryan Osmondstad shut the door. We've got your precision play of the game here. Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Your precision play of the game is going to go to Carver Kozowski. He had a big 3 RBI double in the top of the fourth, brought in 3 runs to make this a 1-run game. It was a huge swing, big spot, and he ended up pulling through for his team in an 0-2 count. And it was a big play for him, so he gets play of the game, brought to you by Agassiz Precision Ag. Also have your connection of the game, your HTC connection of the game. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. Connection of the game is going to go to Ryan Osmondstad. He had a big save at the end of the game. He threw 1 inning. Went 3 up, 3 down, struck out 1, and got 2 ground outs. So congratulations, Ryan Osmondstad, on getting the connection of the game. And we will give you your player of the game right now as well. Enbridge player of the game, Enbridge Life Takes Energy, Enbridge Energy for Life, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Your Enbridge player of the game is going to be Jack Everson. Jack Everson went 3 for 4 at the plate, 3 singles, runs scored, RBI, stolen base, and it reached on his fielder's choice in his 1 out. So big day for him at the plate. He also made some good plays at shortstop. So congratulations, Jack Everson, for getting your Enbridge player of the game. We'll be back here in about a minute with a quick interview on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Welcome back here, folks. We're here with a quick interview with Jack Everson. Jack Everson, you got player of the game. How do you feel? You hit the ball 3 for 4 at the plate. How did you feel at the plate up there?
Felt good. Felt finally seeing the ball decent. It's comforting knowing if you get on, you got dudes to hit you around. So I don't know, just do my part, I guess.
Yeah, you showed off that speed a little. Got a stolen base as well. You feeling good on the bases? Got good jumps?
Yeah, feeling all right, I guess. Thought I had to get over so Bryce could try and knock me in. So
Yeah, that was good. That was a good job. You also had a run scored RBI. You had the big RBI, game-winning RBI. How did you feel at the plate? You had big spot, no pressure, just do your thing?
yeah, felt good. New guy coming in. Saw he threw a lot of strikes in the warming up, so knew I had to put something in play, preferably to the outfield, try and get us a run.
Yeah, it was a big hit. You're going to Bismarck State next year, playing
Yes,
baseball there, following your brother's footprints. You excited for that?
I am excited. Nice to start new, go somewhere, try something else.
Yeah, college baseball is a lot of fun. You should have a lot of fun up there. Enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats on the big win. Big Essentia Health tournament champion. Congratulations.
Yes,
Good luck
sir.
the rest of the year.
Thank you.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
One more final recap here. Casselton Haymakers, post 15, your Essentia Health Legion Tournament champions, 2026. They had a good run. They went 5-0, 4-0 in the playoff, in the pool games. They started off their day Friday, 9:30 and 12 p.m. Beat Moorhead Gold 7-4, and the Mandan A's 5-0. Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon, they beat the Watertown Arrows 5-4 in a close extra innings game. And then the nightcap, 7:30 last night, they beat Fargo Post 400 Comets 8-3. So a big 4-0 record after the pool play. Then they got their first round bye, going straight to the championship. And they, as you saw, just beat the Kindred Vikings 7-6 in a close game. It was looked like it was going to be not as close as it was right away. Kindred got up 3-0 in the first, put up 3 more in the third, and made it a 6-1 ball game. Casselton then put up 4 in the fourth, got this game within 1, and then in the 7th inning, got 2 runs to end up taking the lead. Ryan Osmondstad shut the door. He got the connection of the game. Play of the game went to Carver Kozowski with his 3 RBI double. And then player of the game, as you just saw, was Jack Everson. Jack Everson going off to Bismarck State College in the fall to play some college baseball. Looking like he'll have a good time there, fit in real nice. It was a good, fun weekend here in Kindred at the Essentia Health Tournament. I want to thank Essentia Health for sponsoring this, allowing all these kids to play here. Got 15 good teams to come out here and play some good baseball. It was a lot of fun. Good long weekend. 6 games for Kindred, 5 games for Casselton. So they got a lot of innings in. And next week we have the Babe Ruth District Tournament here, hosted by Kindred as well. So that'll start. All the higher seeds will host a playing game on Monday. Then action starts here Kindred Tuesday, goes until Thursday, with the If Necessary Championship game being on Friday. So that'll be next week in Kindred, Babe Ruth Tournament. Winner goes to state. A lot of fun this weekend, watching a lot of good baseball. My name's Mason Almaris. I was alongside Mike Bernier, and we will see you back here next week for Babe Ruth District Tournament Baseball on YourLiveEvent.com.